In business, we begin in the financial sector where Barclays Chief Executive Jens Staley has stepped down following an investigation into how he described his relationship with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The UK financial watchdog and the Bank of England have been investigating Mr. Staley's links to the dead financier. Barclays said it has been made aware of the conclusions of that probe on Friday and that Mr. Staley would contest them. Here are more details in our global business brief.
Mr. Staley decided he should stand down, but Barclays said it was disappointed at this outcome. A statement from Barclays said it should be noted that the investigation makes no findings that Mr. Staley saw or was aware of any of Mr. Epstein's alleged crimes, which was the central question underpinning Barclays' support for Mr. Staley following the arrest of Mr. Epstein in the summer of 2019. It added that the regulatory process had still to run its full course and it was not appropriate for Barclays to comment further on the preliminary conclusions. Mr. Staley will receive 12 months' pay totaling £2.4 million, as well as his pension allowance of £120,000 for the year and any other benefits. Meanwhile, Australian home prices raced to fresh heights, piling pressure on the country's central bank to open the door to an interest rate rise well before the current projection of 2024. The Reserve Bank of Australia holds its monthly policy meeting, and speculations rife will drop a commitment to keep yields on its April 2020 effectively, signalling an earlier hike in cash rates. Nomura economists stated that yield curve control is an extraordinary policy that semi-ties the central bank's hands, limiting forward flexibility. Finally, tens of thousands of travelers are expected to arrive in Thailand as the country reopens to tourists after 18 months of COVID restrictions. Vaccinated tourists from more than 60 low-risk nations are allowed to enter the country and avoid hotel quarantine. The country is facing restrictions with only around 42% of the population fully vaccinated. Thailand is still registering almost 10,000 COVID infections a day. The coronavirus pandemic hammered Thailand's economy, which would previously attract 40 million tourists a year. Last year, tourist arrivals were down more than 80%.